Hi, welcome to another episode of Cooking with CATZ, where we have wild flavors for a worthy cause. I'm Allison Waltz. I'm the executive chef of the Rosamond Gifford Zoo, and I'm here with my friend Jamie, who works in our herpetology department.
The herpetology department focuses on reptiles and amphibians here at the zoo. A big thing for our reptiles and amphibians is education, because so many people look at them, they see something that might be like gross or slimy, when these animals are so important to our ecosystems.
So today we're celebrating the end of our dragons exhibit, and we're going to be celebrating the Lord of the Rings and all sorts of fantasy lore and stories, which I'm a big fan of. So if dragons were a real thing, and we had them here at the zoo, would they be in the herpetology department?
They would probably actually be in the birds department.
That's very technical. I appreciate that. Today our recipe is going to be Cram, which is a seeded flatbread that in the Lord of the Rings books, the men of Dale would have made for themselves, and they would have sold it to the dwarves of Erebor. So this is a really easy recipe. All you need is a food processor and some dry ingredients. So our first step is to get our trusty food processor. We've got some steel cut oats. I'm gonna have you dump these right in here.
All of them?
All of them, the whole thing. And then this is some all-purpose flour. I'm gonna have you sieve just a little bit, because we're gonna dust it later. So most of that bowl. And then this is just a whole bunch of seeds, different seeds. So I've got some pumpkin seeds, some pepitas, I've got some caraway seeds, some fennel seeds, I've got some fresh dill, poppy seeds, whatever you have available. So I'm gonna have you put that whole bowl right in there. This is just some fresh cracked black pepper and sea salt. We're never gonna turn it on, we're just gonna pulse it. Yep. That's great. So once it gets to this consistency where it's all sort of mixed together, then we're gonna add some cold unsalted butter. And again, we're just gonna pulse and hold. And once this consistency looks like breadcrumbs, then we're gonna add, this is just some cold water. The next step is so easy. So we're gonna take our flour that we reserved, and I just want you to kind of like throw it. Just like that. Yep. We're gonna take our dough and we're gonna just sort of mold it together. So one of the real life dragons that we have here at the zoo is the Komodo dragon. Can you tell me a little bit more about her and her habitat?
Komodo dragons are from the Komodo Islands. They used to live on about 5 islands out near Indonesia. They actually currently live only on about 4 of those islands that they've been seen on. And these guys can get up to 200 pounds.
Yeah, they're pretty big, right?
Yeah.
That's why.
So they're kind of like our real life dragons, even though dragons would be a little bit more related to birds. But one cool thing about Komodo dragons is they can actually smell certain things up to 2.5 miles away.
Wow. So they would be able to smell like the fresh dill and the caraway seed that we have in this.
And that's actually one thing we use as enrichment for our Komodo dragon Naga here at the zoo. We give her a lot of different spices, scents, things like that.
How can humans support Komodo dragons in the wild?
Focusing on supporting zoos that are AZA and have those SSPs for Komodo dragons is a great way to do that. Another thing is tourism. Lots of people on those Komodo Islands can actually have a bit of a negative effect on how those Komodo dragons coexist with the people that live on those islands. Yeah. It disrupts the Komodo dragons' prey. It disrupts how the Komodo dragons interact with the people who live there.
I need to roll this dough out to 1/8 of an inch. So what I've got is just a whole bunch of rubber bands on the edge of my rolling pin, and that's gonna keep it at the thickness that I want. So once we've got it rolled out, we're gonna use this round cutter. You can use whatever kind of shape you like. And we're gonna make just like Christmas cookies. So this summer, our dragons exhibit, which one was your favorite?
I really like Komodo dragon. There's actually an extinct venomous lizard that is that exact size. I actually measured that Komodo dragon animatronic, and it's within that range.
That's huge. We're gonna bake these for about 20 minutes at 350 degrees or 325 if you have a convection oven. So we're gonna put these right in our oven, and then I'm gonna come back with some movie magic and show you exactly what they look like when they're done. So these are our Cram crackers right out of the oven, and you can see that there's not like a whole lot of color, but they're nice and crispy. And you can use this with any sort of dip that you like. So I just whipped up some smoked salmon mousse. It's just cream cheese and smoked salmon and a little bit of fresh dill, again in the food processor. And we're gonna spread this right on these Cram crackers. Cheers. It's almost like an everything bagel with some lox on it. Which is nice, that's smoky and then creamy.
That is really good.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching Cooking with Cats, where we have wild flavors for a worthy cause. And we'll see you on October 11th at our next pairing dinner.